Hi everyone, welcome. It's really terrific having you here today. I'm finally going to do something with this big block, which you can see I have really chopped away at. This is pure beeswax. It's a big giant block of it, which I will not get this way again. And what I'm going to do now for a couple of recipes that I have, I did want to be carving away at this thing all the time because I'm constantly having to bang away at it to get what I want. You know, I can take a knife and I bang on it to cut it. And I tell you, it would take a chainsaw to get through this thing. It's hard as a rock. So what I decided to do was follow the advice of several other people, and that was to melt it down and then put it in some smaller molds so it's easier for me to use. This is from a local beekeeper, and I can't ask them to make pastilles for me. Now, I've done videos on how to make pastilles, and I'll put a link to that video in the description. But to do this much, you really need mechanization for that. To do this is over 22 pounds, I believe, when I weighed this the other day, what's left. So anyway, I'm going to get this melted down here. So it won't all fit in here. Obviously, as it starts to go down and fill, I'll remove this out. But I just wanted to let you see the process. I'm going to, of course, speed up the film quite substantially, but I thought it might be fun for you to actually see it melting down. Maybe, maybe not. So I'm going to put on some nice soothing music and watch the wax melt. I don't know if it'll be as exciting as watching paint dry, but hey, it's worth a shot, right? All right, so the process is beginning. All right, so that's been fun, I hope. I've been pouring these already. As you can see, I've already got a tray underneath. It's already hardened, and I'm using just like these. These are a type of chocolate mold, but it's ideal for this. And hang on one second. I've been doing it this way, but it shifted a little bit. And I don't want to move it too much because I don't want hot wax splashing all over the place. That can be uncomfortable. So this is going to be harder to do than the first batch. But this is basically it. I'm just collecting it up and pouring it in the molds. Oh, these over here, I had those. I make little votive candles here. I'll show them to you in just a moment here. Let me pour a little more here. I don't know if those are cool enough to unmold yet, but I'll check one. We'll see. Okay, let me set this aside for a sec. Here, let's see. This one feels about right. Here, I'll show you. These are just the cutest little things. And they make the really sweet little votive candles. But I don't know if they've cooled long enough. They stay well insulated in these. There we go. Aren't those cute? You see the little bees? I think they're just so wonderful. And they make the most lovely little votive candles, but I thought while I was just pouring these, I had my molds nearby, so I just poured some wax in there. It's an easy size for me to work with, but I was playing more than anything, but I usually put a little wick in here, and these make just really cute little votives. They smell like pure honey. I love the smell. This has been one of the most fragrant beeswaxes that I've ever purchased. This guy, it's not just a guy, it's a man and his wife actually that run this apiary. They have just dozens and dozens of beehives. And this is, in case you've wondered about what the wax is, why we steal the beeswax. Well, I will tell you the truth, I've had a terrible, terrible headache for about the last 12 hours. I don't get headaches, so it's kind of weird for me. Oh, I'm not going to say I've never had a headache. I just rarely ever have headaches. But a few nights ago, I didn't sleep all night. I just had trouble sleeping. I don't know what it was, but I had a lot of trouble getting to sleep. And as a result, I was up all night. I think it was 30 hours before I finally got some sleep. This has happened to me before. It's not the first time. It'll happen again. It's real cool in here, so you'll see those are already starting to set up. But this will allow me to, when I need beeswax, which I do quite frequently for my salves and lotions and of course candles. I just sold over Christmas almost 200 candles. So it was a good thing I had bought these blocks of beeswax. Well, actually, I didn't pay for this one. I traded for it. I made a bunch of candles to the wife's specifications. I'll try to remember to show you the mold. I've got a lot to do here right now. I've got to get this kind of done. But she bought a mold, gave me the mold, but I had to make her, I didn't have to, I make it sound like I was enslaved. It's not like that at all. It's just the agreement that I would make her these candles, which I was happy to do. It's a lot of fun for me. I do enjoy the candle making process. Oops, did I hit it? I did. I don't want to cause those to spill. This one's not really big enough. Hang on one second here. Let me get my tool under here. I get a bigger tool. 1 second. This little spatula is a little small. It's fine for cleanup, but not so good for lifting. I just don't want, the last thing you want to do is to splash. Now this is beeswax, so I never get the temperature above 140 degrees. Doing that can actually harm the wax, and we don't want to harm the wax. All right, there we go. That's what I was hoping for. So I can actually get in here and do some work, do some dipping. I actually am on the last one, but I should have done that to begin with. But this is a lot of wax. It's going to take a while for me to do this, but we'll move on. All right, so this has taken a long time. Because honey has to be melted, because beeswax must be melted at a lower temperature to avoid damaging it. It took a really, really long time to get this melted. And of course, I only have 2 of these trays, and I had decided once I started on these, I was just going to keep on because I like the shape and the weight. Each of these is a little over 2 ounces, so it seemed like a great way to package them for my own use. And so I had to wait. I could make a couple trays at a time, and then I had to wait for them to cool, take them out of the mold so I could start the next one. So I have a lot of wax here now that will be much easier for me to use, and I won't have to hack dangerously sometimes at that big giant block. So I'm very pleased about that. And aren't they beautiful? I love what a deep golden yellow these are. Again, as I've stated in the previous video, I think yellows are right at the top of my favorite colors. If there is such a thing as a favorite color. I don't know. I like so many different colors, but golds are really some of my favorite. But I hope you've enjoyed watching me do this. Next, I'm going to make something with these, actually where these will be the star. Are you anxious to see it? All right, then stay tuned for the next video. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you back soon. Goodbye.